to go back home, be with my mum. My dad, I know my mum misses me in the house. So it's great to be here, great to be back home, and I can't wait.
And we've seen you play on the left and on the right in your career so far. Is having that versatility something that you pride yourself on, something that you've worked hard on?
Yeah, no, definitely. I try and be a dual threat from the left and from the right. Of course, it's a little different when I play on the left or when I play on the right. But I try to be a threat on both sides, and it doesn't really matter to me where I play.
And the stats will all show that you love to get forward with the ball, you love to push on, you love to take shots as well, and you're in the leading stats in the Premier League for that. Is that, would you say, your main attributes, or is there something else that you're also proud of?
Yeah, definitely directness. I only really have one thought in my mind when I get the ball to feet or in space, is just to line up the fullback and go past him. So that's definitely one of my main strengths.
And taking shots as well. Again, you're in the top 5 for all these stats in the Premier League last season. So how excited are you to bring your own style of attacking play to the team that's already here?
Yeah, it's already a great team with a clear identity, and can't wait to bring my style to the team and try and just help the boys as much as possible take that next step.
So what are your ambitions for the coming season and beyond that?
Just to win all the competitions we're in. I feel like we're definitely capable of doing that. And just to help the team in every way I can and grow as a player, but also as a person.
Finally, Noni, do you have a message for the Arsenal supporters across the world today?
Yeah, Arsenal fans, I can't wait to see you in the Emirates. I'm so happy to be here, and it's going to be a great success.
The England international...
Noni Madueke to Arsenal is done. And it's always... We've been talking about this for a few days now, haven't we?
We have, and it's no surprise, Arsenal announced this at 5 o'clock this afternoon, that Noni Madueke from Chelsea has arrived. He's signed a long-term contract. We understand that contract is 5 years. Just a reminder of that deal, it's in total worth £52 million. So Arsenal will pay Chelsea £48.5 million in an initial payment or a fixed fee, plus a further £3.5 million in performance-related add-ons. He was at Chelsea for 2.5 seasons. Chelsea bought him from PSV Eindhoven for £29 million. So if he was to fulfil all of these conditions, Chelsea would make around £23 million on the Noni Madueke deal. Now, just an interesting point moving forward, Arsenal fly out to Asia tomorrow for their pre-season tour. Noni Madueke, we are told, will not be part of that squad. That's because at the end of the season, of course, he was still with Chelsea and he played a part in their FIFA Club World Cup. So hence he's been given a little bit of extra time off before he rejoins the Arsenal squad, we think in early August. Just on the deal itself, this is another example of the moves that the new sporting director, Andrea Berta, is making. They've already made now 4 signings that have been announced. There are more to come as well. So he was key in those negotiations, as you'd expect. And also key in the negotiations was Mikel Arteta, in particular with the talks he had with the player to convince the player, this is where I see you, this is where I want you to be. So Noni Madueke officially now an Arsenal player.
Mark, where does Madueke fit in to this Arsenal squad, this Arsenal team? Does he make the strongest starting 11?
Well, it depends how you look at it, and ultimately Mikel Arteta can answer that question. I think one of the key things that we do know, and one of the reasons why Arsenal targeted Noni Madueke, is his versatility. He can play in multiple positions across the front line, which is something that's hugely important. Andrea Berta.
We're going to see a little bit more from it. I think you kind of touched on it there, Joe. I think he's still young and could be maybe one of those players that goes and does a few bits, but I do think he's one of the players that you see him produce for maybe 1 or 2 games and then goes missing for 4 or 5. I think he was a little bit inconsistent. I know you can get that with wingers, especially when they're young. But I think it's, at the moment, it looks like, I think, decent business by Chelsea. I think they've got a decent profit on him. Is he going to be in and around it as much as he'd probably hope for? I think there's the saying, it would be that the fact that he wants to go to an Arsenal leaving a club like Chelsea to an Arsenal will tell you that he's probably been told that you might not be playing as much as you'd hope for. I think that he's another one that there were moments, I think, during the season where I think some of the body language and stuff like that was being given out showed that he wasn't 100% happy himself. Did he have moments where he produced and played well for us? I thought, yeah, and I agree with you, Joe. I thought for England he was very good. So there's a player in there, and it just might suit both parties.
I'm kind of, as a bit part of me, a bit disappointed because last season he solved a problem on our left. Sancho wasn't good enough. The Madueke situation we know. Pedro out there. Pedro's better on the right for me. He can do a job on the left. But Noni solved a bit of a problem out there. And actually, towards the end of the last season, he played a lot of minutes. And one of the reasons we got top four was because that balance, he solved that issue. He's versatile, and I think that's why Arsenal have gone for him. They cover up for Saka. Martinelli, I mean, he'll give Martinelli a run for his money, by the way.
There's a bit of a change as well, isn't there? Because 3 or 4 years ago, you almost had to have the opposite foot to the flank you're playing on. It was all about a player like Saka, and like Madueke when he came in, he was playing on the right-hand side. To play on the left and gives you that natural balance. That looks like really where he's going to go. He's not going to dislodge Bukayo Saka.
No, he's covered, though. They picked up injuries. We just spoke about the rigours of a season. The FA Cup, League Cup, and then the Champions League kicks in. They missed Bukayo Saka for 2.5 months.
Didn't they?
Yeah, and he will give real cover on both sides. I get the signing from Arsenal's point of view.
Yeah, I do.